He's a Mackem, he's a blue. He's a toffee through and through. He hates Newcastle, he hates the shite. Jordan Pickford is dynamite. He's a Mackem, he's a blue. He's a toffee through and through. He hates Newcastle, he hates the shite. Jordan Pickford is dynamite. He's a Mackem, he's a blue. He's a toffee through and through. He hates Newcastle, he hates the shite. Jordan Pickford is dynamite.
Hello and welcome to the latest update from We Are The Famous EFC. It is the match preview, Everton versus Sunderland at Hill Dickinson for the first time ever in the FA Cup second round. So, how do you want to do it? Do you want to start or you, Mike?
Let's start.
Go on then.
Welcome to Adam's channel. Thank you for subscribe this video and we need to win that game for tomorrow.
Yeah, we certainly do, Mike. We need the mentality. And I tell you what, we can't afford to sit back. Jordan Pickford needs to be up for the game, and also Moyes has to pick the right players going into the game. Otherwise, if we do what we did against Brentford and Wolves, then we'll end up paying the price against Sunderland, who were very, very good. So it is going to be a very difficult game, as I said, but I'm feeling negative going into the game, but because we've got no players. Moyes has already said today without Keane, Grealish, and all of that, so it is going to be very difficult. But I'll do score predictions at the end, but I'm very uncomfortable going into this game. How are you feeling, Andrew?
Well, first and foremost, I think it should be a good game. I feel obviously we have to bounce back from our disappointment on Wednesday night away to Brentford. I didn't feel performance levels was anywhere near the standard that we've set out for this season, but it's a cup game, and I've said that to a few people today, and obviously to the week leading up to the game, that anything can happen in a cup game. Obviously, Everton have had a few disappointing results, obviously losing at the weekend and obviously drawing against Wolves on Wednesday night. So obviously, I feel both sides would want to try and put out a strong side as possible and try and progress to the next round, really. It's a historic competition for both sides, both Everton and Sunderland. Packed out away in tomorrow, over 7,500 Sunderland fans being that away in tomorrow. So be some atmosphere, and yeah, I think both sides should be well up for that game. And it's important that I feel both Everton and Sunderland put out a strong side, and hopefully, we'll see who comes out on top tomorrow. But I'm really looking forward to the game.
Yeah, me too. Are you going?
I'm not, unfortunately not. No, I'm working tomorrow morning, so but I'll be straight home and watching it. But I am coming down to Liverpool back in the next month, just for a few days. So my plan is to visit the new stadium and to go to Goodison as well, and maybe pop in the Brick for a couple of pints as well. So I'm looking forward to that as well.
Nice. Mike, how are you feeling going into the game?
I'm feeling positive that game for tomorrow.
Yeah. Right, go on, keep talking, Mike. I'm just going to share the live till we get more views. I'm going to put it on Instagram, but go on, keep talking.
And couple last do it play well for tomorrow game, and don't fuck up for last time. No chance. And
Daily News Everton up the fucking toffees. Yeah. Go ahead, sorry, Mike.
it's okay, mate.
Good.
I would like to say to David Moyes is contact the new tracker in soon. And we need to jump points for tomorrow game.
Yeah. Let me know in the comments, people, how you're feeling going into this FA Cup against Sunderland. Are you nervous? Are you excited? Are you scared? Because I tell you what, I am from the way we've been playing. Let's go and batter these fucking shitty Sunderland. Stinky Sunderland. Sorry, Daily News Everton, number one. We've got to be respectful to Sunderland because of Pickford. Yeah, I want Everton to win because I'm a toffee, but I also like Sunderland. But again, I want Everton to win, but can't be saying that about Sunderland for Jordan Pickford, who's a toffee. 2-1 Everton, Daily News Everton. Okay, I'll come back to them at the end. But it is, a hard game, Mike, as I said, but mentality, we should be well up for it, and we should be beating Sunderland because we're at Hill Dickinson at home, so we've got home advantage. But are these players capable of winning? Because I tell you what, I'm not too sure they are, because how shite we've been at home. We've conceded 13 goals at home this season at the Hill Dickinson, and we've got the worst Premier League, apart from Wolves, home record in the Premier League. So that is one to be worried about, as I said. But still, we're going into a match who are trying to win in the entire thing. Sorry. Yeah. But the end of the day, to your question, Daily News Everton, I don't think we've got the players to win the game because Sunderland are very good and also have got attacking players. They've got a striker, we haven't. We've only got Beto and Barry, who can't even bloody get in the back of the net week in, week out. Sunderland have. So again, if we're going to win the game, it'd be Jordan Pickford who keeps us in the game with his saves. But I'm not looking forward to it. But I think, without giving me score prediction, it's going to be a tale of two halves. I just think if we stay very defensively in that first half, try and nick the goal in the first half, if we can do that, then happy days, fair play to Moyes. But if we just defend, hopefully, if it is too hard in the first half, hopefully keep the same mindset in the second half and just win the game, because our mentality, I think there's something wrong with our mentality at the moment, because the first half of the game of football is different to the second half. Whether that's down to management or the mentality, I don't know, but we need to fix it and fast, because these will punish us without a shadow of a doubt. But yeah. How do you think you have been away from home, Andrew? Sunderland?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think Wolves have only haven't scored more goals than us away from home. So my only slight, I won't say it's a negative, I won't say it's a criticism, because I think we have exceeded expectations so far this season. No one 30 points already. 21 games played, I believe, but we do need to create more in the final third. I think we need a lot more quality in the final third as well. Because obviously I thought in the first half at Tottenham, I thought we didn't create nowhere near enough. Same with Brentford, practically all game. So I do feel we need to show that bit more quality in the final third. Tomorrow, obviously, if we want to try and progress to the next round. Obviously, we've still got a couple of players missing for the AFCON. We've got a few players that have came back. Obviously, they represented teams have been knocked out, so they've come back. So we've got the likes of Ronaldo back now. We've got Bertrand Traore back now. We've got Noah Sadiki back in the midfield now, which will boost the midfield. Traore was just starting to come back into form, and just before he went off to the AFCON, but like I said at the start, it should be a really tough game, and both sides should be going out there to win the game. I feel Everton have made steady progress since Moyes. So if you're going back this time last year, have Everton made progress? I am going to have to say yes. Reason being is you only 4 or 5 points off 5th place. My only slight negative about Everton is that, again, same as Sunderland, really, just need to show more quality in the final third and need an outlet up top. I think that's something that Everton lack. Obviously, I don't watch Everton week in, week out like yourselves do, but I just feel like Everton need more of a physical presence up top. Just someone who can put the ball in the back of the net, and that could make a huge difference between now and May.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. We've used them. You've got a strong mentality, and that. But with us, our set pieces are woeful. I don't know what the hell goes through the set pieces coach at Everton compared to how we are now to compared to how we were last season under Sean Dyche. Is very good with Moyes, but with Kieran Shrewsbury all injured, Iliman and Jai and Idris are going to get at the AFCON, and they are massive blows for Everton, and we are very, very extremely weak in midfield. So we do need to watch our midfield. Hopefully Tim Irabuman, Thingy as well, Harrison Armstrong, Malin, Rowan has a good outfit going into the game. But as I've said, we are very low in midfield, and you have got the players to get into us and cut right through us as we go into the game. But sorry, and also what was I saying? Okay, yeah. So as I was saying, Sunderland have got the players to cut right through us because the way we're lacking in midfield, but also we're very shaky and crumble at the back because Tarky is having an off season so far. So he needs to be on it with the mentality from the word go. We haven't got a right back because for some reason Moyes hasn't been playing Nathan Patterson only once. So I don't know, but we are very shaky as well. But Harrison Armstrong is good for what he does for us. We just don't have no budget for anyone else. What do you mean by that, no budget?
Does he mean in the transfer market in terms of like buying a new striker in the transfer window?
I don't know. What have you going on about? We have got the money. Like, let me know in the comments what you mean. If it's what Andrew said, the transfers, we haven't got enough for a striker. Because I'll tell you what, yes, we have got the money. We've got new owners, the Friedkin Group. We can afford a striker, but it's getting the right one. We've got Barry, who's woeful. We've got Beto, who's bloody shit. The pair of them, in fact, are shite. We have got the money, but because of financial fair play, PSR, what's still on us at the moment. That's why we can't in January, yet. But come towards the end of February the 2nd, PSR is gone. It's a long thing of the future, so we can get a striker, whether it's on loan or thinking, because if we want a right back, then we can't get a striker on a payment deal because we're going over our limits, and that's not what we can do because what happened last season under Sean Dyche and Fahad Mashiri before Dan Friedkin took over Everton Football Club. But we definitely can buy a striker, and we have got the money. So I don't know where and if you've hit this garbage from, but we can afford a striker. Yeah, but it's going to be a hard game, a tale of two halves as well. Mike,
Yeah,
have you got anything to say?
I've got something to say.
Go ahead, lad. The floor's yours.
Hang on a minute.
Hang on, Mike. Sorry. Let me answer this person. Go on then and tell David Moyes no, because it's not my job. B, Moyes knows that we can afford a striker, and C, our priority is a right back and a striker, and that's what they're looking at right now. It's all over the news, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's literally Moyes doesn't even need to say, the Friedkin group need to say, and they already see it, that we need a striker. That's our main issue, and that's why we're not in Europe right now under David Moyes. We're sitting 12th because we haven't got a striker. That is why, and a right back. That's why we're sitting 12th. If we had a right back and a striker, we'd be up there by now. We'd probably be challenging for Champions League. So, quite clearly, and that, whether you're being funny and all that, Dan, Chucky, then that's on you. But I know what I'm saying. So go and tell David Moyes no, it's not my job. I'm a fan like you. Yeah. Go ahead, Mike. Sorry. I just didn't know if that person was trying to be funny or whatever, but that's garbage. What got said then, that we've got no money for a striker when we have. And go and tell David Moyes, like, that really annoys me. Like, how the hell do I go and tell David Moyes if I'm a fan? We're the People's Club. Yeah, that's that. That's that showdown done. Go on, Mike. Sorry.
It's okay. I'm sorry about that.
Sorry, it's fine, mate. Don't say sorry. You're sound, mate.
I let that cough a bit more right
It's all
now.
right. It's all right, Mike.
It's okay. Hello, Andrew. It's Mike.
Hiya, Mike, you alright?
How long have you been down to tuning?
Pun?
How long have you been?
Oh, have I supported Sunderland for?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I've supported Sunderland since I was around about 5 or 6 years old. I remember my first game was against Manchester United under Martin O'Neill. Robin van Persie scored the goal, and then I think on the same night Martin O'Neill got sacked. So yeah, I've supported Sunderland for quite some time. I've followed them, through from the Premier League all the way through to League One. Been to likes of Burton Albion away, Fleetwood away, and then all the way back up to the Premier League. And to be honest, I wouldn't change it for the world. When we got relegated against Burton Albion under Chris Coleman, I could have easily turned my back on the club. Absolutely not. That's just not in me. It's not in my DNA. My DNA is that you support the club through thick and thin, and I got that through my granddad, really, if I'm being totally honest with you. And yeah, I love this club, and I'm just so glad that I've got to basically use that experience, and now I'm getting to see the good times back at Sunderland again, because from my childhood supporting Sunderland, we were basically down the other end fighting relegation, or we were stuck in the
So,
third
sorry,
tier of
Andy,
English
can I just
football.
stop you there for a minute?
Of course, no problem.
Okay, I just want to speak to this person in the comments because he's messaged me. Dan, I swear, one more message like this again, what you've just messaged me, I swear you'll be getting blocked and I'll be getting a thingy put on you because you're doing my bloody head in. And why are you saying, question, why do you post things 20 times daily? Because it's an Everton fan channel. That is why. So if you're watching, yes, you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Why do you keep saying, question, why do you keep posting the same things 20 times when we don't? We post the same content because it's an Everton fan channel. Of course, we're going to post the same thing about Everton, whether that's matches, breaking news, or Michael Keane record. Don't be saying again, otherwise I'll be punished. Bloody ban on you on the channel. I said it once. You haven't. You've said it twice, because when I messaged you back, I put a message and put, because it's an Everton fan channel, and don't be like that, otherwise I'll be blocking you. Then you put, I wasn't. Or all you've done is whatever it says, it doesn't make sense. But yeah. So I think you need to watch it and calm down. Sorry, Andrew, go on. What were you saying?
No, it's okay. So, obviously going back to the question that Michael asked us about how long I supported Sunderland for. So obviously when we went down to League One under Chris Coleman, I could have easily turned my back on that football club, but it's not in me. It's not in my DNA. You know, I choose to support this club through thick and thin. And you know, I've been to Wembley about 5 times. I've saw Sunderland win at Wembley the last 2 times, and I would never ever change that. You know, I certainly wouldn't swap that for the world. And now I'm getting to see the good times back at Sunderland now, because we had like years of misery, bad ownership, mismanagement, players who were only here for the pay packet. Really, they weren't here for the supporters. They weren't here to embrace everything that the club was about. But now we have a team full of characters. I think Granit Xhaka for me is the sign of the season, in my opinion. If you're talking about leadership and the qualities that he brings on the pitch, I think the one thing I love about Granit Xhaka, I always see him shouting orders to the players. So he's like a manager on the pitch, really. You know, you have Lebris on the sidelines and you have Granit Xhaka in that middle of the park dictating everything, you know. So I think Xhaka's been sign of the season, and I think he's been a crucial signing for Sunderland definitely this season.
Nice. So Everton have just posted on their Instagram page, and they have asked fans this: tell us your best FA Cup memories. So I've put this one. Are you ready? I wasn't born when Everton won the FA Cup. Never seen Everton won. I hope we win it. But I tell you what, Moyes, get your players to win. And also, if they don't win the FA Cup, then we have big problems, big times.
That was 85, wasn't it, when Everton won the FA Cup? I'm sure it was 85.
Yeah, against Watford.
Watford, yeah.
Yes, yeah. But yeah, so I've put that to Moyes on Everton. Get your players all for it. Get your players to win. And I don't want a shit performance. And let's go to Wembley and win it. And if we don't, then we've got real problems on our hands at this football club.
Yeah. Do you think the FA Cup's lost us, like, you know, I mean, the FA Cup, I know a lot of supporters have many fond memories of the FA Cup, and especially like those fans who are, say, maybe, you know, early 50s, late 60s, those who have been going for years. Do you think it's lost that sense of pride and that sense of magic a little bit, you know? Because I think obviously most Premier League teams now, mainly those who are in the top 6, rotate the squad. You know, obviously you looked at Liverpool, I think it was last season or the season before, it was last season actually, when they played Plymouth away. And I think Liverpool made about 11 changes. Plymouth beat them 1-0. Just feel a few teams disrespect the lower league teams who they're playing, and I think they use that as an opportunity to rotate the squad. But an FA Cup, in my opinion, an FA Cup's a huge competition. I think every team should embrace that, you know. It's a huge prize at the end of it as well. So why shouldn't Sunderland, why shouldn't Everton be going all out tomorrow and try to progress to the next round? It's an FA Cup game, and you know every team should be having that ambition and that mindset of getting through. I don't buy this that not the Cup games aren't important. For me, every game's important, because a winning mentality breeds confidence, and that only does wonders for the team.
Yeah, like, you're not wrong there at all. I think as well, it'd be good for Everton to challenge for it, to progress, to finally win a trophy, to shut Liverpool up, who I hate so much. Like, I fucking hate Liverpool so much with all my might, and the boys in the road blue jersey as well. I love us, but them cop-heights across the park. We need to win a trophy ASAP to shut Liverpool up. So as soon as we win it, they'll shut up, and we can laugh about it and laugh at them, as we should, because at the end of the day, Everton Football Club built this city. We built this city since 1978 and beyond that. And I tell you what, the first club to ever own 3 stadiums in the Premier League: Anfield, Goodison, Hill Dickinson, And to this day, we own 2 of them stadiums. So it proves our history and all that, and that will add on to our history as well, hopefully.
Yeah.
But how biased the Premier League is, fucking corrupt as fuck. Every referee, VAR gets too much involved. At this game, VAR is not even part of it. VAR is not even part of it. And that's the best about it. And that.
Yeah.
I think because VAR, isn't not a part of tomorrow, there'll be Boss. On that, because then at least they won't spoil it for us like they do in the Premier League. Like, I don't know if you watched the Wolves game, Michael Keane shouldn't even got sent off. Yeah, it was stupid, but at the end of the day, here's one for you. If you watched that Liverpool game yesterday, that Arsenal player slapping Bradley doesn't get red carded, only yellow, but Michael Keane pulls his hair, not on purpose, as Moy said, and I've seen it back. It's not on purpose. How the fuck, sorry for the swearing, but how the fuck is that a red card? But doing that to Bradley yesterday, that Arsenal
I've seen that.
How's
Yeah,
that?
I've seen that. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't really wrap my head around it. Really, I think the only explanation I can have for that is I think either Martinelli must have thought that Conor Bradley was trying to time waste or trying to push him off to the pitch, really, because he was nearly at the side. And I think as he broke his ligament or something, has he? It could have been a serious injury, actually.
Yeah, but listen to this one. Van Dijk claps the referee last year. Doesn't get sent off. Jack Grealish does it and fucking gets sent off. The referee blown his whistle, recorded him. Biased. Van Dijk gets away with it. Grealish doesn't because it's Everton. But not only that, Michael Keane doesn't potentially to pull his hair on purpose because he wouldn't. The referee allows play to come on until VAR think he's in the ref's ear like that, saying blow up, it's a fucking red, he's all over him. So the ref goes to the machine and the ref's like, okay, red card. Because of Chris Kavanagh, who was on VAR, said, but when Van Dijk was clapping at Chris Kavanagh, the referee, didn't even record him. So that, for me, just proves how biased VAR and Premier League corrupt as fuck. But adding on to that,
the inconsistency as well. I think it's the inconsistency as well. For me, that's a big problem, you know. So you've highlighted one there about Van Dijk sarcastically clapping the referee, no sending off. Jack Grealish does it, sent off. I think if all the decisions was remained consistent, I don't think there would be an issue, because then you can say, okay, well, he sent Grealish off, but then he did the same thing to Van Dijk, for example. If he sent Van Dijk off, obviously I know he wasn't sent off, but if there was a consistency there, I don't think there would be much of an issue. But when you're seeing certain decisions not given, and then you're watching another game and it has been given, that's where people's problems lie, because they're not consistent enough with the decisions, you know, and that's a huge problem, because there's a big consistency issue for me in the Premier League, and well, not just in the Premier League, but I think in the Championship as well. You know, you're seeing certain fouls given, then you're watching another game and you're not seeing that certain type of foul given. So it's got to be better consistency for me. Like when, especially in the top flight, when there's VAR.
Yeah. Do you think that they're out to get us? Because I tell you what, the way it's going, you can tell they've got a problem with Everton. We've done nothing. And we've got evidence, and we've complained to the PG, whatever you call it, and that we've took it further, because Moyes has said today that he's not happy the way things are going. They're always picking on Everton, and it proves in other games that it's on Everton. And that, but I'm just so happy that VAR are not there tomorrow, because if they are, then it'd be a happy game. And
thank goodness for that. Brilliant. Means there won't be 10 minutes of added time at the end of the game.
Yeah.
because that's what I feel like now. I mean, with VAR, especially if there's been like an incident in the first half, there's like 5 minutes added on at the end of the first half, and then if there's been like an incident with VAR in the second half, plus obviously substitutions, been a goal or injury, it's like 8, 9, 10 minutes added on at the end of the second half, and that's not football for me. That's ridiculous, you know. That they have that amount of time. I mean, it must now. It's 5 minutes for an offside decision. I mean, I thought the whole point of quickening up that process was semi-automated offside. I thought that was
Yeah.
the whole point of that. Yet it's nearly taken 4 or 5 minutes to check an offside decision. Now that shouldn't be the case. The whole point of video assistant referee when it was first introduced was to support the referee. Now, for me, and even my dad said the same thing. It's re-refereeing the game, and that shouldn't be the case. If you're going to do that, for me, you should just get rid of referees and let robots referee the game. Look, that's the case now. The referee isn't the referee in the middle of the pitch, because no matter what the referee says, VAR's going to overturn him anyway. I've only seen, I think, 2 incidents really, or 2 sort of situations where referees actually overturn VAR in the time that VAR's been in there. Only 2 referees. That's a big problem. And VAR's been here now for what, 4 or 5 seasons now, and I've only seen 2 referees overturn VAR. That's a
Yeah.
big problem.
I tell you what, I hate Liverpool so much is because I made a YouTube short of me at Hill Dickinson walking down Hill Dickinson with We Are the Goodison Gang, and this just proves why we need to win a trophy, because the Liverpool fan have put 1995. So I said, I just messaged back and said, have you Liverpool fans not got a fan channel? Is that why you're looking at man? So that said him, all right, gobshite. And that's how much I hate them. And
I mean, listen, as much as obviously Sunderland dislike Newcastle, I've got to admit that the banter that I have with my Newcastle friends is absolutely fantastic. You know, I think the passion between the 2 sets of supporters and the 2 sets of clubs is unmatched. Really, I mean, obviously we beat them a couple of weeks ago 1-0. It wasn't a great game. I must admit that. I thought it was a poor derby game. Wasn't much quality in the game. Obviously won by an own goal. But no, I think the rivalry and the banter between Sunderland and Newcastle is just brilliant, really, especially the region where I'm from. And it's probably the same with Everton and Liverpool as well. Whether it's slightly more friendly or whether it's just as hatred as Sunderland and Newcastle, really.
yeah, I hate Liverpool so much. Like, I would not be bothered if, let's see how I can put it without sounding bad and negative. How can I say it? Okay, I'll say it's this. I hope. Okay, let's say it's this. This is how much I hate Liverpool. I wish we didn't build them. I wish they were in a club, and I wish, on God's earth, that they disappeared one day off Merseyside. Let's say that.
So basically, you just hate Liverpool. I think you've pretty much just confirmed your hatred for Liverpool. I think. You know what I mean? I think you've just pretty much, basically just confirmed to everyone how much you hate them. To be honest,
There you go, people. You've heard that. Make sure you tell
you've explained why.
Yeah. By the way, people, if you know any Liverpool fans, feel free to share this live and make sure that you tell them me and Mike hate Liverpool so much with a passion, and we'll do anything to get you off Merseyside. Get you off our pride of Merseyside. Fuck you, Liverpool fans, and fuck Liverpool Football Club, you fucking cunts. Just like the referees. Up the fucking toffees. There, I said that. But anyways, it's funny because our passion that we hate Newcastle so much the same as how we love Sunderland and that. I like that because Jordan Pickford is now half Sunderland and half Everton.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, of course.
Cut down me, half Everton, half Sunderland, but I'm an Evertonian, but I want Sunderland to stay up, do well. beat everybody apart from Everton.
Oh yeah, I mean, of course. I mean, all my Everton mates that I've spoken to this week have obviously said, don't want to wish you luck for them all, but I I think as well. More importantly, obviously, Jordan Pickford's obviously a big reason, but the one person who's really united both Sunderland and Everton is Bradley Larry. I think as well that the one man that I want to thank is Bill Kenwright. I think he donated 250 grand to the Bradley Lowy Foundation charity, and also I believe he paid privately for his family to go away on holiday just to get away from the media and stuff. I thought Bill was a top gent. And he did a lot of good things for that foundation, and he will always be remembered for that. I love Everton, and some of my Everton mates think I'm an adopted toffee, for the way that I speak about Everton. They're a fantastic club. The fan base is the fan base is just unbelievable. I mean the numbers that you take away from home, whether that's an 8 o'clock game, whether that's 5:30 on a Saturday, anytime, you always sell out, you always travel in great numbers. Every week in, week out, and yeah, my love for the Toffees is incredible. I've been a Sunderland fan all my life, but the one club that I've got a huge soft spot for, and I'm not alone in that, is Everton. Great club, fantastic fans, and hopefully get a chance to meet a couple of people when I'm down there next month. It's just such a brilliant football club, and I've got so much love and respect for them.
Yeah. The same with Sunderland, with yous, because of Pickford and that. You're a great, noisy, unbeatable, and one intimidating place to come at Sunderland. Because I tell you what, the way yous have gone this season is incredible at home, unbeaten still.
Yeah. Yeah, and I thought that was going to go against City, if I'm being totally honest, and that wasn't being negative. It was just because you're coming up against a world class Manchester City side who have got multi-million-pound players, and not only that, they've got multi-million-pound players sitting on the bench as well, who they can just bring on. But the one thing what's impressed me about Sunderland so far this season is how defensively resolute we've been. I think we've had a good defensive organizational structure about us as well. We've been solid at the back. We haven't been overrun in midfield. The only game that I can remember that we did get overrun was against Leeds, who again are a brilliant football inside. They came up to the stadium light. They played good football, kept it on the park. They weren't one of these teams who just long balled. They played it, good pattern football, and did well to get a point. So we haven't really been overrun this season, which impressed me. And it was important in the summer that we invested. You've got to invest. As a newly promoted club, you're coming out the Championship into the Premier League. And I said when we got promoted, the Premier League is a completely different ball game to what the Championship is. You're coming up against multi-million-pound squads. You're coming up against established Premier League sides like Bournemouth, Brighton, Brentford, who've done extremely well. So it was important that we invested, and I think we've invested really, really well. Especially the back line, Mukiele, Alderete, Ronaldo. Obviously, Ballard's been absolutely outstanding so far this season. With midfield and Xhaka, Siddiqui. Obviously, Diarra hasn't really played much as he's been injured. But it's just been absolutely fantastic, really. I think the rebuild of the football club's been refreshing to see. But I'm not one of these supporters who makes predictions for the rest of the season, really. So I'm not looking at anything in that table just yet. I know where we are in the league, but we just have to focus on winning as many games as possible, and then see where we are come May. But I'm really looking forward to the rest of the season. I think it's going to be an exciting one. It's going to be a challenging one, but hopefully we can bring a few more bodies in over the next few weeks.
Mm-hmm. Amazing. Hopefully we bring a striker and a right back, and
you need that.
Yeah, a midfielder. More importantly, a striker and a right back will do for me. Then I'll tell you what, we do that, then we're fucking going to Europe with Moyes, as we're David Moyes' army. Just trying to think if that's everything. Oh no, the score predictions. So let's shake people. Get your score predictions in. Let's go. Okay, we'll start in the comments. That Everton Daily News, Everton 2-1 Everton is right. Mike.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'll go last. Score prediction, Everton versus Sunderland tomorrow at Hill Dickinson.
I think about 4-0 to Everton to win.
4-0 Everton.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not a bad prediction there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good one, Mikey. Good lad.
Andrew,
Wasn't confident.
score prediction.
Oh, I'm gonna say 2-1 Sunderland.
Okay. Okay. Our home record has been shite.
Yeah.
We haven't won a game. We haven't won a game since we haven't won a home game since Illiman and Jai, Idrissa and Keith Shrewsbury all have been gone. Jack Grealish is out. Michael Keane's out. And this is going to be a hard one. I'm going to say on the fence. Are you ready for it?
Ready?
Already.
1-0 Everton. Gonna get our first win at Hill Dickinson in a long time. And we're gonna do it in style and get it in the 70th minute. Tierney Barry header.
I like it.
A bad
I'll
one.
tell you
Yeah.
what.
Yeah.
Up the fucking toffees. See you later. By the way, I'll be after the intro, I'm going to speak to you on mic. But
He's a Mackem, he's a blue, he's a toffee through and he hates Newcastle, he hates the shite. Jordan Pickford is dynamite. He's a Mackem, he's a blue, he's a toffee through and through. He hates Newcastle, he hates the shite. Jordan Pickford is dynamite. He's a Mackem, he's a blue, he's a toffee through and through. He hates Newcastle, he hates the shite. Jordan Pickford is dynamite.